Welcome to Mercy's Designs. My name is Mercy and I sell Stampin' Up! Products. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful card using a brand new set called Beautiful Moments. And I'm bringing it in here. And also a celebration item, So Sentimental. Now these items will be ordered for available for customers January 3rd. But if you want to join my team, you can get them now. So consider that, and if you're interested, email me at mewants3@gmail.com and I'll be happy to help you. The other thing I wanted to mention is starting in January, you can earn this for free if you become a demonstrator. This adorable little mini trimmer, and I'm finding I really like this to keep right by my stamping for just little stamping things. You can use a 6x6 in here, but it's not for like a full-size sheet for cutting. So I hope that makes sense. And if you wanted to order this as a demonstrator, this is the item code, and it comes as a bundle. The paper pack, which is 48 sheets, and this adorable trimmer. All right, so to get started with the card, I'm going to go ahead and cut my piece. Now, I could have done this ahead of time, but I did want to demonstrate this mini trimmer. So I have this cut at 3 1/4 by 2 1/8. So I'm just going to line this up and cut it. And it does a really nice job cutting. It's very smooth. This is a guillotine style, which is my absolute favorite style of paper cutter. So that's what we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little stamping. I'm going to bring in my memento ink and this beautiful image of this lady in a field. Now I think this will make a perfect birthday card for someone, a lady. And I'm thinking my stepmom, she loves purple, and I think that would be a very cool card for her. She likes soft colors. So I'm going to ink this up really well. Now I like keeping my memento ink pads actually fairly uninked because if it's too inked, it can kind of look kind of gather. Anyway, so that's a preference. So you might not have to stamp that many times if yours is more inked. Okay, so here we have our image of Our Lady, and because I like to dry it, I go ahead and I did stamp another one, which I'll probably end up using. But for now, I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to bring in the Stamparatus. So for the Stamparatus, I'm going to be, this is soft Seafoam. We're going to do a slightly different color scheme. That other was mint macaron, which I absolutely love. So I've made a template here just to make sure that I have everything, the sentiments straight. I love doing that, especially with red rubber, because you can't see through with red rubber. But if I stamp this and then put my die around it and run it through, it makes it sure that I have a nice, plus I can double stamp, which I really do like doing for a straight cardstock. Whisper White takes to ink a lot better than a colored cardstock. So double stamping is a very good idea, and the Stamparatus definitely makes that possible. So to get this out, I'm just going to just move this just because it's kind of hard. But I often also use the little pokey tool to pull it out. So I'll just set this aside. I'm not gonna bother cleaning it. And here are our sentiments. Now for this next part, I will speed it up just so you're not, having to watch that. But I'm going to be bringing in some soft Seafoam. I'm going to bring in Saffron, and I'm going to bring, for my purple, I'm going to do the Highland Heather, which I guess I forgot, but maybe I will just use my gorgeous Grape. So, okay, so sit back, relax, and I will start coloring. so this is my little bit of coloring here. Very simple coloring, very easy. I'm going to go ahead and mat this on a Highland Heather mat. And I think this is just really subtle and pretty. You could definitely use the Highland Heather blend, which is what I intended, but I somehow forgot to bring it over to my table here. But you get the idea, and I think it's just, this set is really pretty. Stampin' Up! Has had similar sets in the past, and I always love them and always come back to them and use them over and over again. They just are perfect. So this is kind of similar to a Good Man set. All right, so we're gonna do more of a subtle theme, more subtle colors here. And this is with the Coastal Weave embossing folder, and I use the, what is it called? Sahara sand with paper here, and ran it through the embossing folder. And I do like layering it with black. It just helps pop the colors. I don't have a lot of black on this particular one, but I have enough with the stamping the image in this part to pick up on that color. It's definitely a great idea to repeat colors, so I definitely do that a lot. So here we go. We're just going to quickly assemble this base. Now this is side folding. It could be top folding if you wanted. You just cut it a little bit differently. And as far as my layers are concerned, I have this one, let's see, I think it's 5 3/8. The black mat by 4 1/8, I believe. I will definitely be listing in the description below some of these measurements, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so the lady's going to be here, and I want to do a little bit more layering. So there is a brand new punch, and it's called Label Me Lovely. And I highly recommend this one. It will be available for customers starting January 3rd. But, oh, that didn't quite make it. So we'll just go over here. And you can, of course, mat it, pull it apart, and do something like this. But what I'm using here is from the brand new die set. It's called, hang on a sec. Oh, I think I might have, no, here it is. It's called Stitch So Sweetly Dies, and it is bundled with this die set, this stamp set. And I definitely got it as a bundle, but when you open it up, I've gone ahead with the stamp set, added the dies here. And the one we're using is here, and the other one we used to mat the focal image would be the second largest. They're really nice. I love Stampin' Up's new dies, so you don't want to miss that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to attach this, but I'm going to leave a little space so I can tuck this under. So where I do not want to do it is right about there. It's a pretty easy thing. It's sometimes easier to do it this way, to tuck something in. I like doing that anyhow. And I want kind of to add it, and I think these are really cute. This is a celebration item, as I mentioned. So what I want to do here, I see something I got on there. We'll just flip it over, right? Is I'm going to take some baker's twine, and I'm going to wrap it around my 4 fingers. So I want this a little bit bigger, so I'm going to stretch my fingers out. And you can wrap it as many times or as you want. I would say at least do 3 times. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a figure 8. So I'm twisting it like that. And I'm going to come in with a little bit of tape, and I'm going to hold this together like so. Okay, so now I have this. Next, I'm just going to put this aside a little bit. I'm going to pull them apart because I want this kind of messy. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead, and you can keep pulling it apart even after you've attached things. So that looks pretty good to me. So what I want to do is go ahead and attach that. I'm just going to use a glue dot because I love my glue dots. They really make life very simple. So I'm just going to attach this here and add it like so. And then I'm going to just add a few dimensionals around it. So we'll add one there and one here, and I will let the remainder, this twine, support the remainder of the label here. And then I'm just going to center this. And doesn't that mat it beautifully? I think I got a little crooked here, but you get the idea. Okay, so then I simply bring it in here, and I'm feeling like I want to trim this down. It's like sticking out a little. So the first one I'm going to go ahead and add is this one. I think this is such a cute little thing to say. What's this I hear? Well, all I can say is, and then you can either do congratulations or happy birthday. Of course, both go well. I think that's really cute. And then we'll add this. So this is the card on the outside. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this little heather stamp. And so I'll just open this up. Of course, my paper here. We're going to add the heather right at the corner here. I'm going to add 2 of them. So I think that looks cute. Oh, I got a little ink on my fingers. It's not good. How to make a mess in a hurry, right? Okay, so I have these little birds, and this also came with the set, of course, but this Take Time to Make Your Soul Happy did not come with it. This is from a set that came out in the summer, Tasteful Textures, in the annual catalog, which I love a lot of those things. So again, I have to really press here because I keep my pads pretty dry. And I think this is a great sentiment because, yes, we should take time to make our soul happy. We don't do people a lot of good if we're unhappy. And then I just added a couple birds. So very easy, quick, easy card. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please consider subscribing and tap the bell for notifications. If you liked it, also give me a thumbs up. I really could use more subscribers and more people watching my tutorials. I will hopefully get a few more out soon, but we have a few travel plans, and with the holidays, it's kind of hard. But thank you so much for watching. I'll bring in my original so you can see the difference. I actually really like both. This is pretty cool with the Saffron. Really beautiful stamp set. Love it. Hope you consider ordering it in the new catalog, the new mini catalog, which will be available in January. Thanks again, and happy stamping.